What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another week of Confidently Flawed. It is summertime. The sun is shining. I know both Danny and I are super stoked about that because we love the warm weather and the sunshine and just being able to be outside and just enjoying it. Just you feel so much lighter during this time and you just feel so much more like I don't know. I feel like I'm just so much more motivated to like tackle my goals because I'm like out of hibernation mode from the summer and kind of leading into what we want to talk about the next few weeks. Obviously, we try to have conversations that are more relevant in people's lives. So we try to gear it more towards like the seasons and different food situations and just big kind of things that are happening. And one of those things I think is just summertime and goals. I think people tend to be more motivated in the summer, but I think that people also tend to slack on their goals in a way because just like life happens. And so we wanted just to take this episode and just talk about how to really accomplish your goals, but how to make it fun. Because there's nothing like doing things and there's nothing like trying to set these goals and it's just like not enjoyable. Like, I don't know about you guys, but if I'm not having fun with the process, if I'm not enjoying it, I don't have that positive reinforcement to want to keep doing it. And it's just not exciting for me. So I feel like I fail to really accomplish goals, especially long-term goals, when I'm just like not having fun with the process. And life is all about enjoying the process. Life is all about having fun. And if you are not setting yourself up with that success, it's going to be that much harder to accomplish your goals. So we want to talk about all the fun things and just different tips and tricks that we recommend to help you accomplish your goals and have fun doing them.
I think in particular the summer. I think really any time of year you should do it, but I think because summer, it's very easy to just kind of push it to the back burner and you have all these events coming up or travel, especially here in Michigan. You get a lot of people going up north and things like that where if you can find a way to focus on keeping it fun, then it makes it seem less daunting. It makes it seem less of like a task that you have to do, and you're just more enjoying the process, which makes it more likely that you're going to continue doing it. So, in this kind of, it's kind of perfect timing because we're doing something in July called the Summer Slam Challenge. So, your typical challenge, you'll get like, let's focus on body composition, or let's focus on results, or let's dive into nutrition and do all these like things to help results, which albeit people want and need and people enjoy, but it's not always about that. We also need to make sure we're having fun with the process of living a healthier lifestyle. So what we're doing in July is we're doing something called, we're calling it the Summer Slam Challenge. And what it is, it's a team-based challenge. So we're going to split up all of our members into groups of 4 to 6, and essentially we'll compete against each other in earning raffle tickets. So how it'll work is every workout that they get in over the course of July, they get a raffle ticket. And then every week we're going to do a pop-up challenge, a little mini fitness challenge that's more just fun, right? It's fun, it's silly. It's going to be at random. They'll have 24 hours to complete it, and then when they do complete it, they get an extra 3 raffle tickets. So again, it's rewarding getting movement in, right? The winners here, there's going to be multiple ways to win. Okay. And I'm not going to explain all of them here, but instead of it being like who lost the most body fat, it's going to be who got the most tickets, which team got the most
Mhm.
tickets for getting more workouts in, for doing all these different things. And then from there, it's instead of having the focus be on the goal of body composition or things like that, the goal is going to be based around the process, and then the winner is one person from the winning team will win cash, and then also the winning teams, I'm spoiling a surprise here a little bit if you're listening, is get to throw a pie in the face of their choice of coach. I'm sure I'm going to get plenty of those. So if you get on the winning team, again, it's just rewarding fun. People are gonna have a blast with that. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a little party to celebrate at the end of it, announce the winning team, and just make it a fun process. And here's the thing, like if you're working out more consistently because you want to be a part of this, you're having fun with it, everything there, what's gonna happen? you're gonna be healthier, right? You're probably gonna be more conscious of your nutrition because you're working out consistently, right? You're probably gonna maintain your weight at the least, right, during the month of July. You're probably gonna have more fun doing it, which means you're gonna maintain doing it longer. So is everybody going to lose a bunch of weight? Anything there? Probably not. But again, what it is doing is it's allowing people to be more consistent when they tend to fall off, which is going to translate into just better overall health and wellness and lifestyle and goals over time because they're more likely to stick to it. And when it comes to, maybe September when they're a little more motivated to focus on body composition or whatever it is, it's less of a big gap they have to make up because they didn't gain all that weight in July, right? So it's just a prime example of like how you can make fitness or your goals or the process of those goals just more fun and enjoyable, right? And that's the big thing for doing this. And you can do this a lot of different ways, right? You can, Brooke, and I'm sure you have some ideas as well. But like another thing that I like to do is I like to reward myself for the process of following through with whatever my goal is. So for me, I'll create a habit that I want to accomplish or that I want to do that's going to translate into, an outcome that I'm looking to happen. So process goal versus outcome goal. And then anytime I follow through with that process, I reward myself in some way, right? So maybe on Fridays, if I allocated my, because I do this for, business, right? For instance, if I have two minimum 4-hour gaps in my week that I are uninterrupted. I can't put any meetings into it. It's just critical work time. I call it my maker time where I'm making and building things, right? And if I follow through with those two 4-hour blocks, I will reward myself. So maybe on Friday, for instance, because those are Monday, Wednesdays, I'll go to my favorite coffee shop and get my favorite, like coffee drink or whatever it is and work from there or whatever it is, right? I'll do something that I enjoy because now I'm associating positive fun with following through with the process. It's the same concept of doing the Summer Slam challenge, right? It's if you can instead, especially during times like the summer, focus on more fun and rewarding versus outcomes, you're probably more likely to hit goals and or just make those goals easier and more enjoyable along the way.
Yeah. I think that's I think that's so important, fun. I feel like there's two times of the year where people fall off. It's obviously the Christmas season, like December, it's just people fall off. And then summer, it's like you work super hard for the summer to get your summer bodies going, and then summer hits and it's just like life happens and it's so much easier to just like go have a cocktail or to go on the boat and then have a barbecue, and then all of that leads to not following through with your goal. So I think if you can make it fun, and especially in the summer, guys, there's so many fun things you can do for even fitness. Like just try to think of all the different fitness activities and how you can make it fun. Go for a walk with a friend, have a conversation with it while you're walking, like make a hangout date with a girlfriend to go on a walk. You won't even realize you're doing fitness because you're having fun. Or I know people that do like wine and yoga. It's like they go have a wine day, but then they like do yoga. And while it's like, yeah, you're kind of mixing bad with good, but it's like you're still having fun with it. You could go on a hike, or you could go to like a park that has stairs and just walk up and down the stairs and chit chat. I mean, there's so many fun things that you can do while you're doing these, or you could have those positive reinforcements of like the habit stacking. I'm a big believer of habit stacking, of like, if you do X, you reward yourself with B. So it's like, hey, if you want that super tasty coffee drink or whatever that may be, like you want to go get a yummy iced coffee, make sure you check the box of whatever workout you want to do. Or, hey, you got to do 20 push ups, 20 squats, 20 sit ups before you have your lunch, or something like that, to where your mind just thinks that, you get rewarded from doing those things. I think, trying to have fun with it, trying to reward yourself, and maybe in the moment, like those 20 push-ups, sit-ups, crunches aren't fun, but like make sure your positive like the habit stacking is something that is fun for you. So whether that's a food that's just enjoyable, maybe that's not so much fun, but it's like enjoyable. Or, hey, before I go out on the boat for the day, I'm just gonna do a quick little workout. And it's just, you don't even have to like you could do it right from your living room if needed. But I think all of those things that are fun, it's only just going to reiterate and just build that positive reinforcement in your mind. Like, hey, it's still important to focus on my goals, and you can make them yours. They don't have to be these super intense things, but rewarding yourself. And I love that idea of the challenge. Like, yes, it's not a focus of fat loss or weight loss. It's a focus of like the tickets and the rewards, but all of those things in a way are tied to fitness. So in order to get those tickets, you have to do something to do with fitness. So you are checking off the boxes of certain fitness goals that you may have. So I love that idea. I think that's going to be a huge hit for the members.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a blast. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm not looking forward to get a pie thrown in my face, but I'm sure it'll happen. So, but I think and kind of like the big takeaways for me with this conversation is like you and I both kind of said it similar things, but in different ways, right? Like where I put the process in place, and if I do it, I get rewarded, right? And having that reward system. And you kind of mentioned something and said it a certain way that like you can even say like, okay, I know I'm going to be doing this fun thing, but in order to earn this fun thing today of going on the boat or whatever it is, I have to do X, Y, or Z that I know I'm supposed to be doing, like get my workout in or
Mm,
whatever it is. You could almost do like both ways, right? Of like when you do the stuff, you get rewarded, or when you're going to do something fun that you enjoy, you got to do X, Y, or Z first, right? And you can even do it on a smaller scale of like, all right, I really need to eat more vegetables. So like, all right, every time I have vegetables in my diet or whatever it is, I'm going to also eat something I enjoy, right? So maybe it's like you love potatoes and potatoes maybe aren't the best for you currently or for your goal or whatever it is. I'm not saying they are and aren't, but you're like, "You know what? But I'm going to eat this broccoli, but I'm also going to have potatoes." So I'm enjoying the meal too. So I have my broccoli, but then I also have my potatoes. So again, you're rewarding and having that positive reinforcement, Brooke, that you were talking about tied into that event. So then you're more likely to keep doing that and have that positive association instead of it being like a burden. So I think like big picture guys, like if you can take anything from this, it's figure out what it is that you want to be doing on a consistent basis and then either plan to have rewards every time you do it, or anytime you're going to do something fun, you got to do that thing that you're supposed to be doing beforehand. Have a salad, get a workout in, whatever that is. And then you associate positivity and doing the thing. So that leads to you doing it more consistently. And I think if you start to do that, you're not only going to do it longer, you're going to have more fun doing it. You're probably more likely to hit the goals that you're trying to accomplish and doing it in a more fun way.
I absolutely agree. It's all about having fun. And again, like I said at the very beginning of this episode, if you aren't having fun doing the things that you want to do for your goals, it's going to be that much harder for you to accomplish them. So, here's our challenge to you to have fun with the process, enjoy the process. You only have one life. There's nothing like trying to embrace and just have so much fun with it. So, thanks for tuning in. As always, if you haven't yet given us a rating or review, we would so much appreciate if you could do that for us. And we'll be back every single week, as always, Thursdays with Confidently Flawed.